Honey, I'm home. Hi, I'm Sangeeta and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make these beautiful, delicious baklava at home. I've come to believe that baklava tastes absolutely amazing in any form, but when you make it at home, it's just out of this world. That taste of warm butter on the thin phyllo, the crispy layer soaked in warm syrup, that whiff of fragrance that comes from the rose and toasted nuts. Oof, these taste like nothing else when served fresh and warm. I'm not going to keep you hanging any longer, so let's make them. In a microwave safe dish, toss in 100 grams of butter, melt it in the microwave or do it on the stove top, it doesn't matter. In a food processor, toss in 1 cup of shelled pista. I've used roasted pista. Crush it until you get a coarse texture. Now toss in 1 cup of walnut and process it until you get a coarse texture. Now add 1 tablespoon of castor sugar. Do not add more than 1 tablespoon. Now toss in 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Give this a good mix and keep it aside. I'm using store-bought phyllo sheets. I do not have the patience to make it from scratch, nor do I think I'm ever going to be able to make them so thin. Also, we are lazy people with active taste buds, good food, less work. So let's stick to store-bought. Cut a circle on the parchment paper. I use the lid of my cream for reference. Chop chop into a circle. Stack the phyllo sheet and then cut the circle using the stencil. It doesn't have to be perfect. Also, this recipe is very forgiving, so don't be afraid. It will taste really good however you make it. Save the cutout scraps as well. We'll be using it. It's a zero, no waste dish. Now we'll be cutting thick strips. We'll be filling these strips with the nut mixture, so make sure that the strips are a little more thicker. Thicker the strip, the more nuts you can fill into it. Slather butter on the phyllo, do it both sides and be generous with it. Place a tablespoon of the nuts mixture and fold it like so. If you find this to be difficult, don't worry, I've got you covered. Wait for a bit and I'll show you another way of making the bulb for the flower. Now for the petals, slather butter generously on both sides of the circle. Now use a glass that does not have a big opening. The rose comes out better when it has a smaller opening. Now place the circles like so to form a rose. Push half of the circle down into the glass and flip the other half outside. It's alright if the sheets tear a bit, it doesn't matter. Once you've had enough petals, you're going to add the stuffed nuts powder into it. I have used 6 to 7 petals in each of these roses. Push it in and secure it with another circle. Flip the glass and voila, you've got a beautiful edible rose. Don't eat it just yet. Now let's see how to quickly make one more. Also, if you're new to this channel, hi and welcome. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on my Instagram page at HoneyI'mHome. You can find the link down below in the description box. The ingredients are also listed below in the description box. This YouTube channel is just strictly restricted to just desserts recipes. But if you wish to follow another page of mine which has a savory lifestyle as well as desserts, I'll put down the link down below in the comment section. പിന്നെ മലയാളിയാണെങ്കിൽ ഹലോ വേറെ ഒരു ചാനൽ കൂടിയുണ്ട് മലയാളത്തിൻ്റെ അപ്പം ആ ചാനലിലും സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യൂ. Now preheat the oven at 140 degrees Celsius and bake this in the middle rack for about 20 minutes. Keep an eye out and do not burn the phyllo. To make the sugar syrup, add 1 cup of sugar followed by 1/4 cup of water. Cook on medium flame until the sugar dissolves and the syrup bubbles. Now let me show you an easy way to fill the stuffing as promised. Slather butter on a square or rectangle piece of phyllo. Make sure it's big. Now add the mixed nuts mixture. You can add more than a tablespoon. That's why I like this method better. Now stuff the scrap pieces of the phyllo into the sheet. Slather it with some butter and just bring it all together. It doesn't matter how. As you can see, I'm using up all the scraps and bits and pieces of the phyllo dough to make the stuffing. And that's it. Let's look at the sugar syrup. Once the syrup boils, add 1 tablespoon of rose petals. It's optional though. Now turn off the flame and then add 1 teaspoon of rose water. It has been 20 minutes and our phyllo is now ready. Make sure to make the sugar syrup right before the phyllo is done. The sugar syrup and the phyllo both should be hot. How pretty do they look? Let's toss in some more nuts so that each petal has nuts in it. Now pour the sugar syrup and you're done. My husband and I do not like it to be too sweet and drenched in sugar syrup. So adjust and add as much syrup as you want or as little as you want. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. Rest for a bit but serve it warm to enjoy it to the fullest. Let's take a look inside. It's so crispy. Look at the interior. The nuts are beautifully encased within. It's a piece of art that tastes absolutely phenomenal. So I hope you do get to try this out soon. Until next time.